Welcome to your practice. My name is Annie and I am the founder of Flow and Cycle. Flow and Cycle's aim is to connect people to their truest nature through the cycles of the body, earth and life. This is a 4-part series for each phase of the menstrual cycle or the moon cycle. The moon cycle and the menstrual cycle both share 4 distinct phases that move throughout a month. If you do not know which phase of your cycle you are in, I have linked my tracker and instructions in the notes below to help you get started. If you are not bleeding or do not have a menstrual cycle, you can follow the phases of the moon to do each of these practices. Let's get started. This is a 15-minute yoga practice for the follicular phase of your menstrual cycle or for the waxing moon phase of the moon cycle. This practice will make you feel open and create a little bit of movement back into the body after our hibernation from menstruation or the new moon. Starting standing with your feet hip distance apart, and I invite you to either close your eyes or send your gaze down towards the floor, placing one hand on your belly, the other hand on your chest, and just starting to notice the breath. Noticing the inhale and the exhale. Noticing the quality of your breath. Is it short and sharp? Or maybe it's long and smooth. Is your breath moving to the chest mostly? Or is it sending down deep into the belly? Just noticing without judgment. And honoring that every time we step onto the mat, we're coming from a different place, and that no 2 practices will ever be the same. Letting your hands come down by your sides. Interlacing your fingers in front of you, pressing them down towards the floor. On your inhale, lifting the hands up overhead. And as you exhale, the hands come down and around, meet by your sides. Inhale, pressing the hands down and up. Exhale, the hands come around. Inhale, pushing the hands down and then lifting them overhead. Exhale, hands come around, meet by your sides. Stepping the feet a little wider. Inhale, lifting the hands overhead. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale, pulling that hand up to the sky, and as you exhale, hinging over to the left, opening up through the right hand side of the body. Trying to keep your hips stable, opening up through the upper body only. And then slowly lifting back upright. Swapping the right wrist onto the left, the right hand onto the left wrist. Inhale, lifting the hand up to the sky, and as you exhale, leaning over to the right, opening up through the left hand side of the body, keeping the hips stable. Maybe looking up to the sky. And lifting back up through center, bringing the hands back down by your sides, giving them a little shake. Standing at the top of your mat if you are not already. Inhale, lifting the hands overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Hands reach for the mat. Inhale, lifting up halfway, straight spine. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping one foot back and then the other, high plank. Inhale, lowering the knees to the floor. And then exhale, lowering the entire body, keeping your elbows close by your ribs. Inhale, lifting up the chest, cobra pose. Exhale, tucking the toes, sending the hips back, downward facing dog. Taking a moment here to set up, making sure that our feet are hip distance apart. Our fingers are spread wide on the mat, pushing down through the hands, sending your hips away in the opposite direction, creating a long line from the crown of the head to the base of the spine. Shoulders are away from ears, and triceps are rolling down towards the earth. Maybe pedaling out one foot and then the other, starting to warm up through the back of the legs. And then coming back into stillness. Inhale, sending the gaze towards the top of the mat. Exhale, walking the feet up the mat to the back of the wrists, forward fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway, straight spine. Exhale, folding back down to the earth. Inhale, lifting up, standing up, hands come overhead. Then exhale, hands come down through center and meet by your sides, Tadasana. Taking one breath here. Inhale, hands come up overhead. Exhale, sending the chest forward, hinging from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway, straight spine. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping one foot back and then the other, high plank. Inhale, either lowering the knees or staying. Exhale, lowering all the way to the ground, bending through the elbows, keeping them close to your ribs. Inhale, lifting the chest, cobra pose. Exhale, tucking the toes, sending the hips back, downward facing dog. Taking 3 breaths here. Pushing away with your hands, creating a long line from the crown of the head to the base of the spine. Bending your knees as much as you need. Sending your gaze towards the top of the mat, and then starting to shift your weight forward, bringing your shoulders in line with your wrists. Inhale to stay, or maybe you lower the knees, and then exhale, lowering all the way down to the ground. Moving your hands forward, sliding along the floor till your elbows are by your ribs, creating a right angle with your arms. Coming into Sphinx pose. Our fingers are spread wide on the mat in front of you. Your elbows are drawn in towards your ribs. Your gaze is on the floor in front of you. And engaging your lower core, trying to protect your lower back muscles. Starting to bring a little bit of opening into the lower abdomen after our menstruation. Then lowering back down towards the floor, bringing the hands back either side of the ribs, tucking your toes, sending the hips back, downward facing dog. Taking 3 breaths here. Inhale, sending the gaze towards the top of the mat. As you exhale, bringing your right foot to the outside of your right hand, your left foot to the outside of your left hand, coming down into our squat. Making sure that both of our feet are flat on the earth. And our knees and feet are tracking out into the same direction. If you'd like, you can place 1 or 2 blocks underneath your hips for support. Bringing your hands to your heart, and then maybe pressing the knees out wide with your elbows. Letting your gaze land down on the floor. Maybe closing the eyes down, sending the breath down deep into the belly. Coming out of the shape, moving your blocks out of the way, and then sitting down onto your mat with your legs out long. Walking the hips backwards to find a tall spine. Drawing the left knee into the chest, planting that left foot over the right leg. Left fingertips find the floor behind your left hip. Inhale, right hand comes up overhead. And as you exhale, twisting to the left, right elbow or right hand, find left knee. And then using that elbow or hand to pull you deeper into the shape. Each inhale, the spine grows taller. With each exhale, you twist a little further. Maybe your gaze lands over your left shoulder. And slowly unraveling back to the front. Releasing the left leg back down long, pulling the right knee into your chest, planting the right foot over the left leg. Right fingertips find the floor behind your right hip. Inhale, left hand comes up overhead. And as you exhale, twisting to the right, left elbow or hand finds the right knee. Each inhale, we grow taller. And with each exhale, we twist a little further. Drawing the belly button in towards your spine to find a little more room. And then slowly unraveling back to the front, unhooking the right leg. And then bringing the soles of the feet together, opening the legs, knees out wide, coming into our butterfly pose. Either grabbing the ankles or interlacing the fingers around your toes. Inhale, growing the spine tall. And as you exhale, starting to hinge forward from the hips. And then curving the spine, letting the chin drop to the chest. Starting to slow down the breath. Invite you to close down your eyes. If you have any tension in your hips or knees, you may like to place a block underneath each leg. Otherwise, letting your upper body go heavy, letting gravity do the work. Slowly making your way out of the shape, lifting the chest back up, moving any blocks out of the way. And then making your way into Shavasana, sending your feet down long on the mat, laying down flat. Your hands come out wide, palms facing upwards. If you would like to take a Shavasana, pause this video for 5 minutes, and then I will meet you at the end. Beginning to deepen the breath. Maybe lifting arms overhead, giving yourself a big stretch. And then rolling over onto one side. Slowly making your way up to a comfortable seat. Thank you for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like or share it with someone that might also enjoy it. Head to my page to see the other phases of the menstrual cycle. Thank you.